I'm not going to present any results on data linkage studies. Instead, I try to describe what my organization tries to do in order to facilitate cross-border cooperation in this field. History of Nordic research collaboration is long, but only after introducing the concept of Noria, the Nordic Research and Innovation Area. This meant a more systematic and strategic thinking. What could Nordic cooperation be, how it should be developed further, and so on. Nordforsk was then established in 2005. What are then the elements of Nordic research collaboration? Our research and innovation systems are functioning well. But the future does not necessarily look so rosy. Aging is definitively one of those problems. Nordic welfare societies have many challenges because of changing demographics and changing lifestyles. So the question is how to preserve the Nordic welfare model. At the same time, there are, of course, a lot of opportunities. And we are just in the beginning to understand how great our Nordic data registries and biobanks actually are. Nordforsk is a platform for joint Nordic research and research policy. Our aim is to facilitate cooperation in all fields of research. Nordforsk's main areas of collaboration are research funding, research infrastructures, Nordic EU cooperation, analysis, and communication. I'd like to think that these three examples represent three different approaches. The key word here, however, is the cross-border cooperation. My first example is the Working Group on Registries. This group aims to increase the use of registries and biobanks in research. And if we can integrate national registries, this would make it possible to reach a population of 26 million people. The group is also following very closely the development of the data protection regulation package that is now taking place at the European level. My second example is Nordic Trial Alliance. It is a fact that companies have shifted activities to Eastern Europe, China, and India, and as a consequence, the number of clinical studies in the Nordic countries has declined dramatically. There is really a fear that if we don't do anything, multinational trials will go to other parts of the world. The idea of the Nordic Trial Alliance is to reverse this trend, to remove barriers, to increase access to clinical data, and to improve information on clinical trials. And based on this, funding has been given to networks that focus on ethics, monitoring of clinical research, transparency and registration, collaboration between industry and academia, and pediatrics. My last example is Nordic Biobank Initiative. This network is a wonderful example of what does it mean when research communities themselves are active. What are then the concrete actions? Of course, exchanging experiences and sharing best practices is the first step. Secondly, the network aims to harmonize and standardize processes and methods. We would like to see that someday there would be a joint Nordic resource from national biobanks, and that this resource could be used for large-scale research. What we really want is that Nordic participation in international research infrastructure project will become much stronger, even it is already good at the moment.